Hey guys, we got another this is another episode of the Rise film. I've just recorded this about two hours ago, so I did this quite quickly, so there might be a few mistakes. Just showing you what has been sold in the trade pouch. This is what's still yet not to be sold, but we should be all right. So I am gonna go play a bit more with with my silver team, but obviously I said I'd have a new squad builder up today, and I do. It's a scenario threat team because I've had lots of. I just like building it. I just never built one before. Never actually played one against one before, because aerial threat teams do seem like they could do a lot of damage. Because literally, because how good they are in the air. That's pretty much all that matters in this team. So I'm just going to show you who is in this team. Just showing you. Just gotta have the manager. Not everyone gets 9 but there is a way to get 9 but I didn't want to spend that much on this team, because it's just a little cheap team. And then, so we've got Visa in goal. We got a Polish guy at right back. I got him because he has the giant throw-in trait. Because that's pretty much all it was. If he had the guy, I wanted the giant throw-in trait for this team. Then we got Avrio, really good player. Then we got the left back from Schalke. Another great guy. Also got him because of his giant throw. Also has 88 crossing, which means he'll be able to get the balls in pretty well. Then we got 2 German defensive mid. Shouldn't have had that. You can have a second Bundesliga defensive mid on the right, which probably would get the other 2. Would probably get the right back 9 chemistry. Then we got Camerio, I think that is, and then Müller, and then closer to. Though obviously the striker and the centre forward are 2 of the best aerial threats in FIFA 13, which is the reason why I got them. And obviously using this team will be pretty overpowered because how well they play together. Just always winning headers. Great. They're great if they come back. And then we come up against a pretty good PPL team. So if that sounds a bit different, my throat hurts quite a lot. But we got a pretty good he's got a pretty good BPL team, and there might be a bit of background noise being picked up because my mic is turned up to full. It's turned up to full just so the voice can come in. But he does get a goal back with Asaidi in the 4th minute. Should have done better than that. That's a little bit annoying that he got that. Why? I don't know why there, but Tim Visa should have done a bit better than that. Just misses the slide. 2 players missing, and he slides out in the bottom corner. That's pretty lucky. But Camargo, the big Belgian player, the big Belgian striker, sweats it alongside the goal. That was easy. I am playing with 2 players, as you can see. Pretty good, actually. I do quite like playing with 2 players. Sometimes it makes it easier, but sometimes it does make it quite a lot harder. But obviously, I'm going to sweat that. The good thing about this team, it is full of complete target men. Those 2 at the top are complete target men, which is pretty good. But then closer crosses out along the side of the goal, and then Camargo is there to head of that home. The Belgian beach from FC Hoffenheim, who's a really good guy because he's got a lot of strength and he's one of the best area threats in the game. Very slow, though, only 67 pace, but he even feels a bit slower than that. But we should be doing a bit. At least we were winning this time. But he pretty much got to go straight back with James Miller. Lucky rebound from Tim Visa. Goes straight back to him. Got quite lucky there, but we can always get back into the game with this team because it's pretty good at it. And then he gets a 3rd goal just before half time because Howard's got sent off. I did get sent off twice in this episode, which is quite annoying. You don't actually see it, but I do get sent off twice, which is quite annoying. Because then you can't play another game with that team. You have to move. You have to switch squads, which is kind of annoying because you don't want to do that. But that was halftime when we are 3-2 down. It's a bit annoying that we threw away that lead twice actually. As you see, they're pretty good target men. They hit it quite often than not. But then Camargo is obviously going to head that one on with his 87 head, and Gael Clichy has no chance. You should have rung the keeper out, and then with that heading accuracy, that's obviously going to go in. But that was the whole game. I think Camargo blatantly man of the match with that performance. Gets a goal. Gets 2 goals actually. Obviously, both from the header, because that's the only way he is going to score. As you see, they are complete target men. Obviously, getting them, getting everything on target with their pretty much their high finishing and their high heading accuracy. As I said, Howard's got red carded, so I'm having to use the silver team. Really do like the team. KO obviously my favourite player with that 90, not 90 pace, his all-round stats, because he's physically one of the best players in FIFA 13. He's obviously got David Tempton, who can run really well, but it's a really good team because the midfield is probably the strongest team. So one of the strongest midfielders I've ever used, one of the best, and which is why it's one of the best teams I've ever used. Sorry, I keep mixing my words up. And then we come up against this team. It's a 40 chemistry bronze team, and he's got a bit of a Rooney going on there at centre back. That's a really weird looking player. So I don't know why he has that picture as I know it's a bronze team, they normally don't, and they're just found by EA. But then Saha, unlucky not to score there, but his goalkeeper was ridiculously good, even though it's a bronze guy. And he was a good player, but his team was not going to let him win, obviously, because look at that, Lee Wallace, the beastly left back, who plays for Rangers. Oh my god, the guy I've never played with such a good left back in FIFA, mainly because of his strength. He reminds me of Tay Taiwo from FIFA 12, obviously, now playing in the Ukrainian league. Obviously, can't get in, which would be good if they brought the Ukrainian Premier League, because that would mean Shakhtar and obviously Williams moved to Anzi, so that wouldn't matter any. But we'd also get the return of Marlos. As I said, breaking down this team was pretty easy, but he held the possession up very nicely. But his goalkeeper was on pretty nice form, and then that was the whole game. Literally, not much else happened, even though I was getting shots away all the time. But as you know, I was getting a couple more shots away, but his keeper was pretty good form. I was lucky that Lewis even got that goal. I did give up on. I did go into the Gold Cup, if you were wondering, in that game, and I'm also in the Gold Cup in this game with the aerial threat team. I'm kind of guessing this guy might have a Brazil team because he's got Palmeiras as his name and badge and kit, but he doesn't. He does have a Brazilian team, but I do see Luciani, who we all know has got literally no pace, and he also has Alex. For such a good team, I have no idea why he goes with these players, because it's a Brazilian team, and you can just go with Dede and Felipe Santana, who would do a lot better than that, because I don't know why I did that. And obviously Closer should be finishing that. Marcelo had no chance there. What a powerful header he's got, but he doesn't do anything with it. But he does go through. Obviously Luciano ain't going to catch him. Chips the keeper, obviously with Helton, but just rolls over the line. Helton probably would have caught that, or a normal player with actual pace could have caught that. Probably would have actually, that goal would have never happened if you had Dede or Felipe Santana, because obviously they could catch Closer. Maybe he should have thought that before he bought those stupidly slow players. Obviously, they are probably better at defending and headers, but, they are really good. They're just really strong defenders, those two. But that was a really unlucky not to score both of those headers. Those were two of the most insanely good headers I've ever seen. Those two in the air are literally unstoppable, and we go into halftime 1-0 up. The chip was unbelievable. Mitroslav Closer getting some luck. He is literally one of the luckiest players I've ever played with. He gets pretty much everything goes his way when he's in the air. Pretty much the complete finisher in FIFA. Never actually played with a guy who can do all those things, heading and got a great shot on both foot. But he does get a goal back with Wellington, quite obvious why, because I did actually get another player sent off, and obviously that leaves a massive gap. I don't really show it, but I did, and that left a massive gap. So I did move Sven Bender back, and that was full time. So we are going to extra time and penalties. Obviously that they're not being as much as a target man as they normally are. Normally they're getting 7 out of 7. But then Closer with the luckiest goal I have ever seen in my life. It just slid straight through his defence. Look at that. What actually happened is he tackled one of my Kamango, and then all Close had to do was run onto the ball and score that. So we do advance into the semi-finals with this team, which is unbelievable for such a poor team. So it has been your Tech Champion. Please like, subscribe, and in a bit, guys.
Loves you.